All right, friends, today we are going to take a look at something similar to what we looked at yesterday. However, today we are going to go to the right side of the decimal point. So when we go to the right side of the decimal point, it changes things just a little bit for us. So I'm going to start with a number, and like I told you or tell you all the time, we start at the decimal point. So always put that decimal point in there and then work right and left from that decimal point. So in this case, I'm going to put the 7 and the 8 on this side, and then I'm going to work left from the decimal point. 1, 3, 4, comma, 5, 9. Okay, so there is my number. And the same thing happens, we do the same thing that we did yesterday. We're going to start the same way we did yesterday. We start all the way to the left. So let me move this up just a little bit. We start with the digit all the way to the left. Okay, and I realize I can move it up just a little bit more. So we start all the way to the left. Expanded notation form, start with a digit farthest to the left. Okay, so we start with this digit. Remember, we start in parentheses, 9 times, and then we start here and we go times 10, times 10, times 10, times 10. I did 4 times 10s, so times 10, times 10, times 10, times 10. Okay, so we have 9 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, also known as 9 times 10,000. 9 times, here's the value, 10,000. So I'm going to put that underneath. 9 times 10,000. Okay? 9 times 10 times 10 times 10. If we use our chart the same way every time, then we shouldn't have any issues with writing this part of it. And y'all did very well with this, so we're going to keep going. My next digit is the 5, so I'm going to write down the digit 5, and then I'm going to times 10, times 10, times 10. That means that we have 3 now. So 5 times 10, times 10, times 10. 5 times 10, times 10, times 10. Also known as 5, and the value is thousandths. So we have plus 5 times 1,000. Okay? We're going to keep going. We have the next digit, which is a 4. So we put plus 4 times. We jump 1, 2 times. So I need 2 tens. 10 times 10. Okay? Also known as 4 times 100. 4 times 100. 4 times 100. 4 times 100. Okay? That's one way to look at it. You got both of them, okay? The pink one is the fully expanded notation form. The blue one is expanded notation form. So you can see it both ways on a test. So I want to give you the example of both of them as we go. So my next digit is the 3. So we do plus 3. I jump 1 times 10. So 3 times 10. And for the bottom part, we do 3, and then we do our times 10. That one is pretty much the same, 3 times 10. So then we go into my ones. Okay, so we write our digit. So we have plus 1 times, we don't jump anywhere, so it would be 1 times 1. Plus 1 times the value. 1 times the value is the ones. Okay? So far we have everything that is to the left of the decimal point completely done. Everything is times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 on that particular side. I'm going to try and move it over so you see it a little better. There we go. All right, everything is times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. All right, so now what we're going to do, as I straighten it out, we are going to work on the right side of the decimal. We do the same thing except on the right side of the decimal, we divide. So when we go left, we multiply. When we go right, we divide. When we go left, we multiply. When we go right, we divide. So in this case, we're going to divide. Okay? We still do the same things. We still write down our digit. So in this case, and I'm going to use a brighter, I'm going to use red. In this case, we still write down our 7. So we've got our 7. Okay, 7 is our digit. Now, we start at the decimal again and we jump 1 divided by 10. So we have 7 divided by 10. Okay, it's the same. Look, 3 times 10, 7 divided by 10. This is one of those ones that it can get kind of funky. So we've got 7 divided by 10. Also can be written 7 divided by 10 like that. And also can be written like this. 7 times 1/10. All 3 of those are correct. And it can be written all 3 ways. Okay? So 7 divided by 10 is also known as 7 out of 10 or 7 times 1/10. Well, now we have the next one. So we have the 8. We have our digit. We write down our digit. And we're jumping to the right, so we're dividing. And we're dividing by 10 by 10. That's 2 by 10. So 8 by 10 by 10. Just like that. 8 divided by 10 divided by 10. In this case, we combine it the same way we would up here. Okay? So it's in the 100th spot. So it literally comes up as 8 divided by 100. 8 divided by the value, hundredths. Okay? And then again, there's 2 different ways that you can write this. You have 8 over 100, which is also 8 divided by 100. And then finally, you have 8 times 1 over 100. All 4 of those in that case, work. Okay? They are all the same thing. So even if we go ahead and we go to the right, we have to remember that we divide. We divide. So we do the same exact thing, we just flip the way we do it. We flip the multiplication to the division. Okay? So hopefully that helps you work on your work tonight.